Hello everybody, once again I'm with you all, and today we'll bring a poem from class 12, My Mother at 66, written by Kamala Das. This is one of the very emotional poem which we all can relate. In this poem, the poet sees her mother at the age of 66, and she has got that fear of losing her. We all have experienced this thing with our grandfathers or grandmothers. This is the pain that we all feel, and very beautifully Kamala Das has portrayed her feelings in this poem. So let's start. Driving from my parents' home to Cochin last Friday morning. So, Kamala Das was driving. She was moving in a car from my parents' home. अपने parents के घर से वो जा रही थी. कहाँ जा रही थी? Going to Cochin. And when she was going, it was last Friday morning. Very simple. The poet Kamala Das was going to Cochin last Friday morning from her parents' home. I saw my mother beside me, and while she was going, actually when we read the poem we will be knowing that she was going to the airport. So when she was going to airport in a car, she just saw her mother. I saw my mother beside me. My mother was sitting just beside me, and I looked at her. And what was the condition of the mother? Dodged, open mouth. Dodged. Normally what happens? People with the older age, they get weak and उनको झपकी आ जाती, नींद आ जाती है. So she was sleeping. Open mouth, उनका मुंह खुला हुआ. Her face represents the face of the mother. Ashen means it was like colorless. Ashen, like it was pale and faded away. Like she's comparing, her face was ashen, like किसकी तरह था? Like of a corpse. Corpse on the dead body. किसी मरे हुए इंसान की तरह उनका चेहरा पेल था, ऐसे था. And realized with pain. And then Kamala Das, the author, realized उन्हें एहसास होता है. And ये एहसास किस होता है? With pain. उन्हें एहसास होता है और उन्हें दर्द भी होता है. That she thought away. इस poem में यहाँ पे thought away है that she will die. Now she is traveling in a car going to Cochin from her mother's home. She was going to airport first, and suddenly she looks at her mother. She was sitting beside her in the car, and when Kamala Das looked at her, she saw that her mother was dodged. नींद आई थी, मुंह खुला था, उनका चेहरा पीला पड़ गया था, like that of dead body. And फिर उन्हें एहसास होता है कि now my mother is very old and at any moment she can leave me. That was the most painful part of her realization. And looked, but soon put that thought away. उनको देखने लगा कि my mother is quite old now, she might die anytime. Then suddenly put that thought away. उन्होंने उस विचार को अपने दिमाग से निकालने की कोशिश करी. She was thinking of that, but suddenly she wanted to come out of that thought. And how she came out? Looked out. She was just looking at her mother and she said, oh, my mother is quite old, anytime she can go. but she just wanted to come out of the thought and she looked out. गाड़ी की खिड़की से बाहर देखा, and what she saw? Young trees sprinting. Sprinting का मतलब है running quickly. So now when we travel in a car, the trees are there, but when we go in the opposite direction, it seems that the trees are running back. तेजी से भाग रहे हैं. The merry, यहाँ पे merry का मतलब है happy children. The happy children spilling. Spilling मतलब come out. Spilling out, बाहर आ रहे थे. कहाँ से? अपने घर से. So now in this last 3 lines, the poet Kamala Das is contrasting something. Contrasting what? I'll write here. Mother is approaching death, the end of the life, whereas this young tree is sprinting, merry children spinning. This line represents youth, life. So this is contrasting this thing. Once again, I'll tell you that Kamala Das, the poet, was going to Cochin. And first she was going to airport, and while she was going to airport, her mother was with her. They were traveling, and suddenly she looked at her mother, and what she saw? She saw that her mother was dozing. She was sleeping. Her mouth was open, and her face was ashen-like, pale हो चुका था. किसकी तरह? Like the dead body. And then she realized the pain. और फिर उसे एहसास होता है किस चीज का? That my mother is getting old, and very soon she might leave me. उसे उस चीज का डर होता है. But she just wanted to come out of that thought, so she looked out of the window of the car, and what she saw? She saw young trees sprinting. पेड़ opposite direction में जा रहे हैं. So she was moving, and it seems that the trees are running behind. She saw that children are coming out of their home, and they all are very happy. So in this first stanza, this is the pain. Now, the second stanza of this poem, my mother seeks Kamala Das. But after the airport security check, we all know that when we go to airport, there is security check, and beyond that security check, only the passengers can go who are to board the flight. Others need to stay away from the security check and just then wave the hand goodbye. So, after the airport security check, standing a few yards away. Now, after security check, I entered that, and my mother was that side, few yards away from me. I looked at her. I looked again at her. I looked again at her means with the same feeling I looked at her, the feeling which I looked in the car. When pale. When is colorless. Her face was colorless, pale. All the sign, all the strength of the youth has been disappearing. And she's comparing it with as a late winter's moon. Late winter's moon. Please students pay attention that so many times this question comes that what does a late winter moon indicate in this poem. Now, normally in the late winters there is some cloud, there is some fog, the moon is not that bright. Like in summer, the moon in the night looks very bright in a clear sky, but in the winter it doesn't look that bright. The same thing is comparing that my mother's face has turned like a late winter's moon. And after looking at that and after thinking what she felt that old familiar ache. Now very, very important. Old familiar ache. वही पुराना जाना पहचाना दर्द. Now वही पुराना जाना पहचाना दर्द कैसे? Because when we are small, जब हम बच्चे होते हैं, we have that fear of losing our parents. हम उनसे दूर ना हो जाए. तो वही दर्द, वही pain, the poet is feeling at the airport. familiar ache. कौन सा? My childhood's fear. हर बच्चे के मन में होता है जब वो छोटा होता है कि मैं पेरेंट्स से दूर ना जाऊं. Whenever they send you school for the first time, you will cry a lot. हम दूर नहीं जाना चाहते. But all I said was, "See you soon, Amma." And that time I realized that maybe I might not be able to meet my mother again. But that time also I didn't say anything, but only said, "See you soon, Amma." While saying this, the poet has a doubt that whether she will be able to see her mother again. All I did was smile and smile and smile. The poet simply could not express her feeling of that pain, that insecurity. But what she did, she just looked at her mother and said, "See you soon." दोबारा जल्दी मिलते हैं. And all the poet could do was smile, smile, smile. Now why is she smiling? She wants to hide that pain, that agony, that the feeling of insecurity within her. She do not want to show the pain to her mother. She do not want to make her realize that what I am feeling. So she smiles and smiles and smiles. With this, we complete the poem of class 12, My Mother at 66. Really, it's a very emotional poem which everybody can relate. And for the question answers, you can see my other videos which are coming very shortly. Thank you. Have a nice day.